Boys and girls, I'm going to attempt to show you how to solve number 4 on the Let's Practice. We did this in class today, and the problem says that Jeff spends a half of his paycheck. He then gives a third of the remainder to charity and puts the rest in the bank. What fraction of his paycheck does he put in the bank? To solve this pictorially, the first thing I do is draw a bar, and I read again. Jeff spent a half of his paycheck. Cut the bar in half. That's a half. Gone. He then gives 1/3 of the remainder. This section right here is the remainder. You can cut it into thirds. That's 1/3 of this remainder. But in order to figure out what fraction that's going to be of the whole, you have to continue to cut the other half into thirds as well. That gives you 6 for your denominator. So it's going to be 1/6. He gives 1/6 to charity. The other 2/3 of the remainder, or the other 2/6, is going to be going to the bank. And you have to simplify that. That would be 1/3. So the answer to this problem done pictorially is 1/3. Jeff spent a half of his paycheck. He then gives a third of the remainder to charity, and he puts the rest in the bank. Common denominator of 6. There are 2 out of 6 left over, and that equals 1/3. Now, to solve it using the method 2, again, you start with Jeff spent a half of his paycheck. That's what he spent. He then gives a third of the remainder to charity. So because you want a third of the remainder, you have to do 1 minus what he spent. And that, of course, gives you 1/2. The way the wording here is that he then gives 1/3 of the remainder. So your next step is to do 1/3 of the remainder, which is also written 1/3 times 1/2. And this is going to say what he gives to charity. So he gives 1/6 to charity. But the problem actually says that he puts the rest in the bank. What fraction of his paycheck does he put in the bank? So you take his paycheck minus what he spent minus what he sent to charity. And that gives you this should be 6 minus, and you got to put this in, that you have to have common denominators here. So this is 6, 3/6 minus 1/6, 6 minus 3, 3 minus 2, 1/6. I'm sorry, 6 minus 3 is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2/6. I was wondering why my number didn't come out right. It's a good thing I checked my work, and you should check your work too. So that's how you solve number 4 using pictorial and using method 2. The 1/3 is the amount that he put into the bank.